Hi folks, so this is resuming chapter 16. We stopped on negotiable instruments. So negotiable examples of negotiable instruments, and we've discussed about some of them during the course. Examples will be checks, bills of exchange, and promissory notes. So what is, technically speaking, what a negotiable instrument is a drawer, let's say myself. I write a check. So the bank is the drawee. I'm writing the check for a third party, for someone else. So it means I'm ordering the bank to get money out of my account and pay the other person. So that's what a negotiable instrument is. They are most of times transferable. This is not always applicable for checks because banks sometimes restrict the transferring of checks. They are very much concerned about money laundering. So they don't like, most banks, not all, but most banks don't like checks to be transferred. And again, they are used as a credit instrument. So if I post date a check, I owe you $100, but I don't have this money available now. I may have in 15 days. So I just write you a check. I post date it for, let's say, December 14th. And by that date, you may cash out or make a deposit of the check. So it was a credit instrument. Detailing it a bit more, so as I said, for a bill of exchange, and it will be similar to a check, as we'll see, the drawer is the one that makes the bill of exchange or the check. So they are called drawer. The drawee will be either a person or an institution who is directed to pay. So I may make a bill of exchange ordering my neighbor to pay a third person. Let's say my neighbor owes me money, and instead of my neighbor paying me, I make a bill of exchange saying that my neighbor will pay this third person. And the payee will be the person that will receive the money. There's also this player called acceptor. An acceptor is actually the drawee. When the drawee signs on a bill for the consent, they also become an acceptor. So it means they are also liable for that negotiable instrument because they have signed, so they have accepted it. As for a check, so similar thing as a bill of exchange, the drawer is myself, could be you. We write a check, meaning that we are ordering the bank to pay someone. In this case, is on demand, meaning when the payee cashes out the check or makes a deposit of the check. So still with regards to general rules and characteristics of negotiable instruments, stop payment cannot take place on a certified check. So when a bank certifies a check, payment cannot be stopped. So the payee will get the money. And actually it's more common nowadays to use a bank draft. A bank draft is when I go to the bank and I ask for a bank draft to pay to the order of someone I owe money. So let's say I have to pay money to the government of Canada for my immigration issues. So I get a bank draft. It means the bank withdraws the money from my account and issues this bank draft. So when the payee gets the bank draft, they are assured that payment will take place. So it's guaranteed payment because the money was already withdrawn from my account. And if I have a check, or better, a promissory note, so someone is going to pay me in a certain time, and if I endorse it and I pass it along, I pass it forward, so as an endorser, I am adding my credit to that instrument. So I may be also liable, or being liable means I may need to pay that promissory note in case the promissory note is not honored by the maker of it. So now looking at this question, very straightforward. So the bill of exchange is an order by one person, the drawer, to pay to another, the drawee, to pay money to a third party, the payee. So the answer here is true. Okay, so now just to finish this part in the lecture, we have electronic money. So nowadays, more and more people are using either credit or debit cards, and they are credit cards mostly. They may replace negotiable instruments because you use your credit card, but your statement will be due in maybe 1 month or 20 days. We also have the virtual money that is becoming more and more common. I think Bitcoin just completed its 10th anniversary this year, but they are still unregulated. Some countries are starting to regulate, others not yet. So there's a lot still to take place with regards to virtual money. And so with regards to online transactions, when we use our credit cards or debt cards, we are liable at some extent. We need to be cautious and very diligent with our credit card numbers, security code, our address. It's usually used to complete a transaction online. And most of consumer legislations in all provinces in Canada, they limit the liability of the credit or card holders, mostly credit card holders, as long as we can establish we were diligent. So the banks will need to compensate any damages we incur because a scammer, for example, was able to get our credit card information and use to make their own purchases. So folks, that's it about sales and consumer protection. Once again, thanking you for your patience throughout the semester and wishing you the best of luck in all your final exams. Do not hesitate to get in touch with me. Send me an email if I can be of any further support as per the content for your final exam. Thank you. Bye.